Hello and welcome to tennis.com.au and this week's Pro Tour preview for the Cliffs Esperance Tennis International, which kicks off next week, and tournaments manager from Tennis Australia, Mark Handley, joins us. And Mark, a big 3-week swing for the Pro Tour coming up.
Yeah, it is. Look, the guys have come off 2 events in Darwin back in September. They moved into the South Australian swing through Port Pirie, Happy Valley and Mount Gambier. Had 3 or 4 weeks off just to get their bodies right, have a little fresh up, go through a fitness block, and then move into the WA swing, which features double events in Esperance, Kalgoorlie. Guys will then move to Bendigo and the Plexicushion courts ahead of the Australian Open playoff. So certainly a huge month of tennis coming up.
And a great draw for the men's and women's field in Esperance. Casey Delacqua was due to play singles. Unfortunately, she's had to pull out due to an injury of her right foot. She is hopeful of playing singles the next week in Kalgoorlie, but she will be playing doubles with Alicia Molik, which is great.
Yeah, look, it's fantastic. They're a superstar combination. Obviously, for Esperance, Casey's erring on the side of caution to protect that foot. So not fit enough for singles competition. We'll get out and hit a few balls around in the doubles, but fantastic for the Esperance community to have a powerhouse couple there in Esperance.
Well, great to see Casey back on court, and she spoke to us about teaming up with Alicia Molik in the doubles.
Yeah, that'll be great. It'll be a good start for me to play some doubles with Alicia and to get out back on court and just be competitive again, and I think that'll help me when I do get back on the court for singles as well.
It's going to be great to see Casey back out on court, but let's take a look at the women's draw, and it's going to be a strong field headlined by Victorian top seed Olivia Rogowska, who's had such a great year, Mark.
Yeah, she's had a fantastic year, and it kick-started back in 2008 on this circuit where she claimed her maiden ITF victory. She then went on to play main draws in the Australian Open, French Open, and we all know her successful run at the US Open and challenge against Safina. So really looking forward to Olivia getting out there and repeating the dose this time round.
She hasn't won a Pro Tour title as yet this season because it's been dominated by Alicia Molik and Sasha Jones from New Zealand. Now Jones not in the field this week, but Molik is looming large.
Yeah, look, Alicia's put the toe in the water in Darwin and South Australia. She's got some important matches under her belt. She's fit, she's keen. So look for Alicia now to move into that next gear.
And Alicia, what do you think? Is she the one to win? We've got Jess Moore back in the field, as well as Jingjun Liu, who's quite a top-level player.
Yeah, I think Alicia's ready. I think she's a standout in this area at the moment. She's really looking to ramp up her match play quality. Whilst Olivia, yeah, correct, she's certainly had some good results. She's been close this year. She's lost made a couple of finals. I also think that Jess Moore coming back off injuries, perhaps a little bit underdone. She'll be looking to get out on the court. She's in a similar situation to what Alicia was back in Darwin and South Australia. So we've also got Shannon Golds, who's there, and Nicole Rinner, a left-hander out of Switzerland, who's had some good form earlier in the year up in the clay in Bundaberg and Ipswich.
Well, both WA events last year were won by unknown players almost in Rogowska and Vainert, so they can come from anywhere.
They certainly can come from anywhere, and Monica Vainert probably more so than any came from nowhere last year in her first victory in Perth. And Olivia also was unseeded in that event. So it was very good to see those two girls come through. Olivia's kicked on a little bit. Monica's stabilised at about 350 in the world now. So certainly look to anybody. But I reckon that Alicia's just about to hit her straps, I think.
Okay. On the men's side of things, the draw is headlined by the return of Bryden Klein, a Western Australian boy who's had a few months off, but now he's back and ready to play his first event after serving a suspension. And as you mentioned, he's played a 3-month training block, so he's ready to go.
Yeah, look, Bryden is itching to get back out on that tennis court. So he's certainly gone through that heavy training block up in Sydney in the Sandhills. He's been hitting with Robert Smeets and John Millman up in Brisbane over the last few weeks. So look for Bryden. He's keen, he's ready, he wants to desperately get back out on that tennis court and kickstart his career again.
Where's the competition going to come from? We've had Millman, we've had Ebden being in good form, Ebden coming off a good victory on the Pro Tour, but a veteran, Colin Eblethwaite, also coming back, is going to be in the mix.
Yeah, Colin's going to be definitely in the mix. He had a great year in 2008, claiming 6 titles on the ITF circuit. He won the Australian Open playoff, played the Australian Open main draw, succumbed to shoulder injury back in May. He's had that time off now. Probably a little bit underdone to damage the likes of Ebden and Millman and Smeets, who have got some matches under their belt. But certainly Matt Ebden, who's in form at the moment, and a WA boy would test Bryden out.
Well, Britain's Jamie Baker not in the field this week, so really could see a big chance for an Aussie to jump out and grab a title.
Certainly an opportunity, and the dark horse, if any, is young Matt Reid, who's been spending a little bit of time in the US. So he's improved his ranking by 400 spots. He's into 480 now. So look for Matt Reid to do okay also.
Yeah, and keep an eye on Queensland's Jason Kubler coming off 3 titles on the Asian Junior Tour. He slashed his ranking to world number 4 in the juniors, so he's got a wild card into the main draw, and the challenger for him, I suppose, is to step up and compete at senior level now.
Yeah, it certainly is. He wants that first point. So he wants the floodgates to open there. He had a test in Darwin, lost to Balakrishnan in the first round. He got a little bit of a taste of what it was like. Then we all know what happened next. Went on to the Junior Davis Cup final. The boys won. He spearheaded that team. The second player only to Nadal to go through the 14s and 16s undefeated. Moved in and won those 3 Asian junior events. So if there's a form player at the moment, it's certainly Jason, and the rest of the players in that field will be quite wary about coming up against him.
Promises to be a great few weeks on the Australian Pro Tour, and you can get all your results and news right here on tennis.com.au. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, Rob.
We'll be back again with another Australian Pro Tour preview.